you think Wentz is finished, partly because of the way they're going to handle Hurts moving forward?
Well, here's what happens when you bench a starting quarterback in the National Football League. I've had enough quarterbacks in my day to know how they handle and operate with quarterbacks. Jalen Hurts has the opportunity right now to take and make the Philadelphia Eagles his football team. 4 opportunities. 4. Okay? He can't enter the New Orleans Saints game being Carson Wentz, playing like Carson Wentz, turning the ball over like Carson Wentz. If he takes and does what he's capable of doing over these next 4 games, he then goes into 2021 in a quarterback battle with Carson Wentz. If for some reason he goes out there and he stubs his toe and he looks awful and he goes 1-3 and he has 9 turnovers in those 4 games and 3 fumbles and all, you can forget it. It's Carson Wentz's job. But if he goes out there and they go 3-1 and he does what he's supposed to do and he has them back looking good again, the offseason will be a quarterback battle. They will probably start Carson Wentz at the beginning of the season in 2021 with a quick hook, not waiting to week 11 and 12 to do it. Do it in like 1, 2, 3, much like the Nick Foles situation in Trubisky in Chicago. Do it quick. And that way you can now insert Jalen Hurts into the lineup full-time. You can get the money off the books. Carson Wentz becomes a backup. Then you figure out what to do with Carson Wentz at the end of the 2021 season. That is the way I've always seen it done in the National Football League. Unless it's changed now, that's what I'm anticipating. If he plays well, if he does not play well, Carson Wentz will be being the quarterback again.
Well, so the door isn't closed on Carson Wentz. The opportunity is still there, depending upon how he does in these next 4 games. So what if he goes 2-2 in these next 4 games and he plays decently? Right? Like, one of the things I do want to make sure that we make people aware of is that, look, the notion that Carson Wentz has been holding on to the ball a little bit longer, even though the offensive line has been decimated, Jalen Hurts is still inheriting the same exact team, right? You want him to give a spark, but realistically, are you going to see that much of a crazy difference playing against the Saints and their defense?
Let me tell you something.
The Cardinals, Saints, the Cardinals, Cowboys, and then the Washington football team.
Let me just tell you something from firsthand experience, and I go into my own career. I was with the Jets in 1998. We had a guy named Glenn Foley that was our quarterback. We started off 0-2. Then we went to the Rams, and we lost that football game. Foley got hurt in between, whatever the case is. Foley was not playing well. There was a guy named Vinny Testaverde who was older, obviously experienced, on the sidelines. We made a decision to go with running the same plays, same offensive line, same everything. We made a decision to go with Vinny Testaverde, and we found ourselves in an AFC Championship game. That's to say that sometimes the way quarterbacks are playing will help the offensive line and other guys. If you're holding on to the ball, a lot of the times it looks as though it's the offensive line's fault. Or if you're dropping back and you're not dropping back in line, you're drifting. And then all of a sudden you're drifting into the left defensive end or the right defensive end that necessarily isn't going to sack you if you pushed into the pocket and climbed into the pocket like a lot of quarterbacks experts out there say. Oh, look at the quarterback climbing in the pocket. You're drifting. You drift right into the defensive end. Now it looks as though the left tackle didn't do his job, or the right tackle didn't do his job, or the guard didn't do his job because you didn't do your job. Or it's things called coverage sacks where the receivers aren't separating.
Yeah.
And you're holding on to the ball too long instead of throwing it out of bounds. Or you panic and you throw the ball away too fast and it gets intercepted. All of those sort of things do happen in the National Football League. So it's not all on Carson Wentz and Doug Peters. It's also on some of the teammates that he's up playing with. But right now, the best situation for them is to go with Jalen Hurts, a guy who came in the second half against Green Bay and gave them enough of a spark and a bounce that made them feel good that they certainly was going to go out there and start him against the New Orleans Saints.
I've been saying they should go with Jalen Hurts this whole time. All I'm saying is we live in a world of definitives, and I'm not going to say definitively that Carson Wentz is done in Philly.
Well, if Jalen Hurts do what he's supposed to do.
Well, that's if he does what he's supposed to do. That's still to be determined, right?
I mean, he's pretty good in college. We'll
really
see.
Good in college.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, I agree. Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN Plus right now.